Okay, if you saw my last video, I just finished up day 1 of the 7-day pond dig, and now I'm starting day 2. Alright, it's the next day. It's 8 a.m. There's the cabin. I'm going to go ahead and go up and get going. I have 6 days left to do this project. It's pretty high up when you get up here. About 8 feet off the ground. Yeah. Whew. Man, I tell you what, I was wiped out though from yesterday. Go ahead and start it up. Got the parking brake here. Press that in, put it in forward. And they're ready to go. You can see up here, just going back and forth, it creates ripples on the ground there. You can see right there, it's uneven. Right there is good. Alright. Right here is the opening for the door. And it's self-opening, which is pretty neat. So you don't have to actually push it open. And there's rails everywhere or grips so that you don't fall, which is nice. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna get into the excavator. You know, one of the hard things with digging is predicting how long it takes to move a certain amount of dirt, and you know how deep you dig it has a huge factor in how long it takes to dig. Lots of dirt if you go deep. All right, that's unlocked. It's not opening. Wow. All right, this one takes quite a bit of pressure to get the door open. That's unusually hard amount of pressure. See, here's the cab. I'm gonna have to learn how to use the windshield wiper there. Put the key in there, turn it on, get the door closed. There's a lever here, so you pull that down and simultaneously you're going to pull the bar there so that you can close the door. So I'm going to do that. There we go. Alright, this shows the fuel gauge. So right now this is the fuel gauge here. This is oil. Down here is how fast you're going, which is right here. It's an IFGH. I'm right now at G, which is kind of like a medium speed. And it's got some other controls here for AC and lights and camera. Right there's the windshield wiper. It looks like the knob came off at some point, which I'll probably need here. So I'm gonna go and start it up. I'll turn the key. There we go. And you can see the security cameras come, or the cameras come on right there. Yeah, it's a little dirty. at least I can see now. You can see right down here. It's hard to see depth, but I would say that's probably about 15 feet deep there. And I gotta get a move on. I'm spending about close to $2,000 a day. About, I would say $900 per vehicle here per day. And that's just for the rental. And then you have gas, which is an additional cost. I haven't had to refill them yet. I'm pretty sure they're pretty big tanks. You can see right over there is where I have my 55-gallon drum. So I haven't put any gas in yet, but I'm going to definitely be doing that today. You know, having purchased that mini excavator a while back really helped me get moving really quickly with this bigger excavator. There was essentially no ramp-up time in learning how to use the controls, so it really helped in making the job very efficient. I have to say, having the wheel loader was probably the best case for my situation since the dump truck was more expensive to rent. I was quoted $9,500 for 1 week with the dump truck. That's just too much. This is where things start going downhill for a bit. You ever hear the saying, getting stuck in a rut? Well, that's what happened. I'm trying to get out of this rut that the wheel loader made with the tires, but not having much success. All right, well, I never thought that a big wheel loader like that would get stuck, but I did. And I think what I'm gonna have to do is get some cinder blocks and hopefully get it under the tires. It's not even really that big of a difference, but you can see here, down here, it's pretty much stuck. I unloaded the load that I had in there, and so it's right there to try to offset the weight, and it's too slippery So right down here, I threw one cinder block already down there. That's about 3 feet deep. So it's getting stuck right there. I could just throw a bunch of dirt in there, but it's mud, you know, muddy. So maybe cinder blocks, since they're firm, it might be able to catch on to it. So, crap. All right, well, I got it out. It was a combination of the cinder blocks down here. Look how deep that is. And I used the bucket to push down, and that helped me lift the vehicle up a little bit so that I could get a little more traction. And got myself out of that one. That was a close call. I don't know how expensive it is for them to come over and take it out, but I'm pretty sure it's not cheap. So right here is where I'm dumping the dirt. If you saw in my previous videos, this is where I cleared a space in preparation for dropping off the dirt. All right, it's lunchtime on day 2. That's just the parking alarm. I got the parking on, but there's some deal where you have to turn off the engine before you put it in park, otherwise it'll make that noise. Here's a look at what I've done so far. It's hard to see depth. I would say that that's about 12 feet. Maybe 14 feet at the deepest. So this is day 2, lunchtime. Tell you what, going that depth takes a long time, especially, you know, it's just me out here doing this, so. Well, that was a quick lunch. I only took 20 minutes off to have some Progresso soup, and then I'm back at it. I don't want to waste too much time because time is money. There's the reverse. Back up just a little bit. And you pull right to make the bucket drop. Then I pat it down a little bit, compress the dirt a little bit. Alright, so you gotta turn off the engine first before you do the parking brake, because that way you don't have to worry about the alarm going off. Alright. And back over to the excavator. Alright, we're coming along on the dig. It's about 4 o'clock now. And so I got
this far here, pretty much near the end of the pond on the other side. This is just kind of a stretch here. And once I get to the end there, I'm going to start excavating right out here, start whiting it out. And so I'll bring the excavator over here and start pulling back this way into the field. This is day 2, so I've got essentially 7 days. So we're making pretty good progress. Got quite a bit of dirt moved already. So right here is where I'm at right now. And this is going to be a little shallower on this side. That's so that animals can get water. When the water goes down, they'll be able to get in here and get a drink. And also allows for spawning of fish to have a shallow area. I'm just wearing my tennis shoes today, and look what I found. I got lucky. I only felt the very tip on this one, but I tell you what, this can be very painful. You can see my tennis shoes down there. I don't have my boots on, and I got lucky on that one. All right, that's the end of day 2. I just finished the shallow side. Just gonna continue digging. Along here you can see where I have the excavator right now. And so this is just going to be widened up right in here. So that'll be the next thing. This is where we're at. I still need to dump this one last load with the wheel loader, and then I'm going to call it a day. So here's the shallow side over here. I'm probably going to take that wheel loader down and try to compress some of that after I'm done. That's pretty much all clay in there. So that'll look good. I hope I can get it down there. I sure don't want to get it stuck though. Now that I've gotten the wheel loader stuck earlier on, I feel a little hesitant about doing anything that might compromise it. This is kind of a look from this end. So it's going pretty well. You see it drops off pretty quickly over there. All right, looking good. For 2 days, not bad. So I'm pretty happy with where we're at. I gotta get some dinner now. I think I took in about 300 calories so far all day. I don't feel too hungry yet. I'm sure I will.